Alright, so as you can see by the thumbnail and title of this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys what I do my strategy for, how it works, what I do, what I don't, all that stuff. And first off, we're actually going to start off by teaching what basically liquidity is. And if you already know what liquidity is, perfect, that's great. Go ahead, jump down to the next video in this playlist. If not, I'm going to go ahead and explain it here in the next, 3 to 5 minutes. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So basically, all liquidity is at some point, price is going to go down to a certain point or up to a certain point because there are still a lot of buyers or sellers waiting to get filled, right? It's the same thing that goes with a fair value gap. And if you don't know what that is, again, I'll teach you in this playlist as well. But the same thing goes for that as well. At some point, price is going to go back into up or down because there are orders that need to be filled. Okay. Alright, so this drawing here is a little bit of a visual interpretation as to what I'm trying to explain to you guys. So basically, if price is going up in a trend, let's say, we're going up, don't disregard the colors because obviously if it was going up, it'd be green, not red. But disregard the colors. So basically, this top line up here also represents liquidity, okay? And so does this bottom line. All right. All right. So this is a bit of a visual representation as to what I'm talking about here. So basically, price comes down to a point, okay, and it kind of bottoms out. This bottom blue line right here is our liquidity, okay? Because there are orders that were supposed to be filled, you can see this stick right here is going to represent our wick, but you can see we clearly went below this line of liquidity, filled the orders, right, and we came back up, okay? And then we also hit another liquidity up here as well. And then essentially what can happen is either A, we can come up, wick into it, just like we did with this bottom one here, right? Fill a bunch of orders. Or what can happen is we actually can push through a whole lot higher because that can actually indicate a sign of a possible reversal, okay? Now, obviously, depending on the time frame, things are going to look different. But let's go ahead and give you guys a real life on the chart example of what to look for liquidity. Now, before I go there, I will say there are a bunch of different liquidity types. There's buy side and sell side, which all that means is basically it's the highest most liquidity possible and then the lowest most liquidity possible. And then again, I'll show you that in the actual chart demonstration here. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right, so I'm over here on the 3 minute on MNQ here, or sorry, the 1 minute. And I'm going to give you a quick representation as to what buy side liquidity looks like and sell side liquidity. So start that off pretty simple. Like I was just saying, it's the highest most possible for the buy side. So in this case, our buy side liquidity is always up here. And then if we come down here, our sell side liquidity is down here, okay? And as you can see, again, we have those really big wicks. Why? Because there are orders that are waiting to get filled, okay? Even down here, we have this wick. Orders are waiting to get filled, right? Because before this happened, before this candle happened, so basically all this right here, forget about it, it doesn't exist. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hide that screen. All right, we're gonna hide that part. So basically, we're gonna line it up here, obviously, and all that. Okay, so basically now that's that hidden. So basically that hasn't happened yet. What happened is this point right here, this wick at the 858 candle. That was actually originally our sell side liquidity, but because we closed past it and did not wick past it, again, this could indicate a continuation, right? So now this low down here becomes our new sell side liquidity, and as you can see, we are just about to hit it, but I'm not going to sit here and wait for that just because I'm already done trading for the day, so we're going to call that quits. And then obviously in the next couple of videos, I will do an actual backtesting simulation to give you strategy results of the strategy I use. But in simple terms, that is basically buy side and sell side liquidity. Again, is the highest most point and the lowest most point. So let me go ahead and write that down here. So BSL, whoops, is equal to highest most possible liquidity, and then your sell side liquidity is equal to the lowest most possible liquidity. So again, those are the two types, or not two types, but those are basically buy side and sell side liquidity. Now let's get into actual just basic implications of liquidity. Now you can call buy side and sell side liquidity like this line and this line, you can call it regular liquidity because it is, but because it's the highest most and the lowest most from this current screen, it is technically buy side liquidity and sell side liquidity. And I say that because you'll notice, like even right here, I was just talking about buy side and the sell side liquidity are a lot stronger than it as opposed to just regular liquidity, right? All right, so we're back here on the 3 minute, and then just a basic representation of just regular liquidity, not buy side, not sell side, is gonna be this right here. As you can see, we had this wick, right? Most of the time, your liquidity is going to be the top of a wick, just because again, that's how price works. Orders are waiting to get filled, right? So, as you can see, we've actually been treating this liquidity very respectful. We've been tapping into it, and we keep doing what is called a liquidity sweep. All right, so we're going to do LQS is equal to a liquidity sweep. All right, now there's a bunch of other terms out there. There's sweep, there's pool, there's grab. A lot of them mean the same thing. It's just people word them differently. But basically, liquidity and liquidity sweep are pretty identical. Liquidity is just like, hey, this is our starting point. Okay, hey, you know, this is where we could see price respect or disrespect. And then the sweep is obviously these two wicks, for example, we come into it but then get rejected. We sweep into it, come out. Why? Because there are orders waiting to get filled. Okay. So that's pretty much liquidity in a sense. In my opinion, that's all you really need to know. Anything else is just it's not necessarily too advanced. It's just it's stupid. But buy side, sell side, and then just a basic liquidity sweep is all you really need to know. So, and then that's gonna end it for this video. Like I said, I was trying to make it short and sweet. That's it. And then go ahead. And if you're interested, give me a follow on Instagram. I have more updates over there, whether it with my trades in general or other trades. A lot of my content is over there, but I'm currently trying to cycle to YouTube more. So, but yeah, that's it for this video. That is basically the ins and out of liquidity, all you really need to know. So I will see you guys in the next video below.